Okay, this is a Chevy Express or GMC Savana van. It was a passenger van and basically converting it to a cargo van. When you tear out the carpet floor kit, you're left with these rails that are bolted to the floor. And there's 4 of them. About all 3 of them you can get to the bolts from underneath, except for this one right here, and it's on the passenger side. And the bolts underneath are covered behind a heat shield underneath there, so there's no way to access them. Everything's secure up there. So the only way to get the bolts from the top is to cut or grind it open. I've seen other people just grind this rail, which is about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick steel. And I'm not joking when I say 1/2 inch thick. This right here is about a 1/2 inch thick. Some pieces is 1/4, some pieces it's a 1/2. Right here it's about a 1/2. Up on the top it's about a 1/4. So what I did instead, I started grinding this one, wasting all kinds of grinding wheels trying to grind all this open to get to the bolts. Then I was going to grind the heads off the bolts. This is what the top of the bolts look like. So after I did that first one, figure out how long it takes to grind those suckers off. This is what they look like when they're upside down right here. I yanked them out and those are the bolts that are through the floor. So the first one I did like this, took a little bit too long, so I just started plasma cutting it. So I figured out on these ones, instead of trying to notch out this whole section, I'm just finding the top of the bolts, cutting this out with a plasma cutter, and sticking my plasma cutter down there, and just plasma off the head of the bolt. And then I just take I'm just using this little chopped off adapter and just pound the bolt right through and just knocks right through. Same with this one. Probably get a little light in here. Just open up the top, pound that bolt through. Same with this one. Open the top, pound it through. I just hold the pliers with this, hold it up there. Just using a wimpy little ball peen hammer and just pound them right through. I've seen other people online trying to grind off, one person on there said they spent 10 hours cutting these rails all the way down the sides to expose the bolts, and then grinding off the bolts and then pounding them out. So I just found it way easier since I have a plasma cutter. Zip these open, hit them through, zip them open, hit them through. All in all, probably take about an hour, and they said they were about 10 hours in trying to get this last rail out. So give it a shot. Don't know if it'll help you, but I found that's the quickest way. There was probably about 5 up there I was able to get to underneath, and then once you get up to about here, there's a heat shield under the van and you can't get to the rest of these. So quick and easy, open them up, chop them out, pound them through, and you're good to go. It's all a pain except for that last one. This is my plasma cutter.